Hello everybody, this is AK. I'm back. I have a few things to talk to myself about this Sunday evening. The first thing is a reminder to myself to apply for T-bills. T-bill auction that's happening on the 10th, which is this coming Thursday. Right, so a reminder to myself to apply for T-bills, 6 months T-bills. I'm still maintaining my T-bill ladder. That's where I keep my war chest. I still think that's probably one of the better ways to keep money while waiting for Mr. Market to go into depression. T-bills, well, they are risk-free, volatility-free, and I get 3%. That's not too bad, right? For something that's risk-free, right? So I think that this T-bill is going to come in with a slightly higher cutoff yield. Of course, the last round of T-bills, the last auction, I think the cutoff yield was 2.97%. The first time it has gone under 3% in quite a while, in the last 2 years maybe, right? So I think this time it's going to come in above 3% again. Well, this is because the yield on US Treasuries have spiked, right? It's spiked up. So I think, for example, like the 2-year yield spiked up to 2.849. It was under 2.77 or something, and the 10-year yield has also spiked. The 30-year yield has also spiked. So the yields have, for fixed income, they have spiked in the USA. Apparently, it's because it's in response to very strong job creation in the US. Apparently, they created more than 200,000 jobs last month, when the expectation was for sub 100,000 jobs. So, and unemployment has gone down once again by 0.1% this time. So, of course, in one of my recent videos, I say unemployment went up, and that's why the Fed got a bit worried and they cut 50 basis points, 0.5% interest rate. And now things seems to have bounced up. So is the Fed going to continue cutting interest rates? I don't know. Maybe 0.25% instead of 0.5% in November, or maybe they hold interest rate steady and wait for more data. I don't know. And it's not my business to guess what they're going to do, right? But it doesn't stop people from trying, from guessing. Yeah. So all I know is the way yields have spiked. I think the T-bills, the T-bill auction on Thursday, we will see a higher cutoff yield, right? So I'm going to park some money there and maintain my ladder. Right, probably strengthen it by a few $1,000s. I think if I can spare those few $1,000s. Right, so the next thing I want to talk about would be UOB, followed by DBS. This is because a few days ago I made a video about OCBC, and some people asked, what about DBS and UOB? It's not that I'm not interested in DBS and UOB. I mean, the last video I made about OCBC was because, a friend called me the night before and asked me about OCBC and where he could buy some, etc., etc. And because I looked at it, I decided to make a video about it. Since I looked at it anyway, right? So, I mean, I'm interested in adding to my positions in all three banks, OCBC, UOB, DBS. No favoritism, right? But I must say, OCBC looks more attractive at the moment because of valuation, right? It looks more attractive at the moment because of valuation. Book value, dividend, etc. I think it looks more attractive, and the price is weakening, right, compared to DBS and UOB. I think the price is weakening a bit more than the other two banks. If I look at the charts, and it seems that OCBC has gone into oversold territory. But of course, if we look at charts often enough, we know that oversold can stay oversold for a while, right? But anyway, if you want to know what I think about OCBC and when I might be buying, go watch my last YouTube video, right? Just the last YouTube video. Now, about UOB and DBS, when it comes to UOB, I mean, if you look at the chart, it's quite obvious that the long-term support is at $28 per share. A very strong long-term support. If you look at the one-year chart, right, it's probably at about $28 per share. And that's where it broke resistance and it just kept going up, right? I mean, up continually and not continuously going up, of course. But a short, if you say $28, I wait. Well, there is another support at $30 per share. So I mean, we can see there's a long-term support at $28 per share, but whether we get there or not, I don't know. But $30 per share, I think it could get there. Greater likelihood, right, than $28. Not only because it's a higher price, but because if we look at the chart, right, it looks like there might be a double top forming. I don't know. I hope not, right? But there might be a double top forming. And if we look at it, the neckline is at like $30 per share. So $30 per share, that should be the immediate support. That's the way I look at it. So if I'm interested in buying more UOB, which I am, I will probably be waiting at $30 per share. All right. And if you look at DBS, well, I see a longer term support at $30 per share. Right, $30 per share. I say, wow, AK $30 per share. Goodness, that's a long way to fall. Well, like I say, look at the one-year chart. That is the long-term support, right? $30 per share. That's the neckline of a double bottom, right? So should provide a very strong support, being the neckline of a double bottom, and then it broke that resistance. The neckline was resistance and it just went up continually, right? So $30 per share, but then there is another support at $33 per share, which I see as something that could be tested. Very likely could be tested, but before we get there, there is another support at $34.76, or if we round it up, like $35 per share, right? $35 per share is more the immediate support, and if $35 should break, we might see $33 per share. And with DBS, because it has gone up so much compared to the other two banks, when there's a pullback, it could be fiercer as well. So what am I doing? Just maintaining my T-bill ladder, right? So remember, I have to apply for T-bills and waiting for the right prices to add to my investments in the local banks. That's what I'm doing, right? So it's just me talking to myself. If AK can do it, so can you. Bye-bye.